Okay, so while I'm driving to the swap, I thought, why not share? I don't think I ever have shared what you should take to a swap as a buyer or a potential buyer. I go to a lot of fish events, a lot of swaps. I'll travel all day to a swap, drive 4 or 5 hours one way to go to a fish swap. And so I've been to quite a few, and over the time I've learned a few things that I should take with me so that I'm prepared. And I've learned these things the hard way. I get there and I'm like, I wish I had have had this. And these may not be the best things that work for you. You might find out other things that work for you. But for me, this is what I have found out that works best for me. Stuff that I wish that I had have taken, and when I take the next time is really good. The first thing, wear comfortable shoes. Because depending on the size of the swap, you could be doing a lot of standing, a lot of walking. Sometimes they're crowded and you move slowly. Sometimes you can move pretty fast. I've been in some that are on concrete or on asphalt. Some have been on grass. Some are on carpet. You don't know what the surface is that you're walking on, and if you're walking quite a bit, maybe you buy something and you're carrying some weight. You want some comfortable shoes. You don't want, and while we're thinking about shoes, clothing, you want something that's comfortable clothing-wise. If there's a potential for it to be a little chilly, take a jacket. But you also don't know, you're wearing big heavy clothes. If it's inside, they might have the heat cranked up all the way. You don't want to be pouring a sweat either. So, kind of think about some options there. The next thing, a bag of some sort. Some people take big coolers in with them, but we'll get to that in a minute. Bags of some sort, because if you're like me, you have two hands, and only two hands. And when you buy a couple bags of fish, your hands start getting full. And I have walked around a swap before with my arms full of fish bags, look at it, this other table that I hadn't seen, and they're practically giving away stuff that I've been looking for. But I'm not able to carry anything else. Well, that particular swap, I ended up buying a 20-gallon tank to use to carry my fish around, which was a little awkward. So, a lot of the people that go, that have done these things before, they'll get like an insulated tote bag, like a insulated picnic bag type thing. Decent size so that you can carry quite a few bags of fish, because bags of fish can take up some room because they're mostly air. And so you don't have to, if you don't have an insulated bag, that's not a big deal. A plastic grocery bag will be better than nothing. You can fit probably 4 or 5 fish bags in a plastic grocery bag and hold it by the handles. You might want to double bag it, and it'd be more comfortable to carry that than 4 or 5 loose fish bags. Use what you have until you can get something better. Some people have like insulated backpacks. Typically they're not very large, so they can get 2 or 3 fish bags in there, but that frees your hands up to carry more. Something I found good with the plastic grocery bags is they can wad up and stick in your pocket, so that you see you need another bag, you can pull another one out. But I like the insulated tote bags pretty good myself. As far as people taking in big coolers, well, that's okay, but if you have to carry a big heavy cooler around the whole time, keep up with it. And if it's crowded, it can be, away. So what I do is I take a hard shell cooler, but I leave it in the car. And that way, whenever I get done at the swap, all my fish goes in that hard shelled cooler to keep the temperature regulated. Something else I take, and I suggest everyone take, is cash. Most of the people that sell at swaps are just regular hobbyists. They don't have access to take cards. Some might take a PayPal or a Venmo or something like that, but cash is king. And you want to take smaller change. I don't recommend taking anything larger than a $20 bill. Ones, fives, tens, and 20s. Most of the places can make change for a 20, but you go bigger than that, they'll be struggling, and you don't want to miss it on a deal because the bag of fish was $5 and all you've got's a 50 and the vendor doesn't have any change. So cash, and then other good things to take. I like taking, like, if you got like a business or a YouTube channel or something like that that's fish related, or even something that you're looking to promote, you know, have some business cards of that. And that way you get talking about, you know, say you get talking about it, well, you can give them your card. Or something I do, like, I like the cards that have the white backs on them, so I'll take a pin with me also. So if me and this other vendor start talking about something, and let's say they hadn't heard of the Keystone Clash, I don't know how they wouldn't have, but let's say, for example, they haven't heard of the Keystone Clash. Well, then I'll write the Keystone Clash website on the back of the card, and I might put a couple of notes. It's in Morgantown, Pennsylvania, and the end of September. Well, what that does is the next time they pull this card out to look at the information there, to look up the Keystone Clash and see how great of a thing it is, and that they want to go vend there, they'll have your business card information on the other side. They're like, oh, what's this Bluegrass Fish Keepers Association thing? Let's check their website out too. So that's what I do, is I take cards and a pen, and that way, you know, if I want to leave my number with somebody or information, I can write it on the back of the card. So got the cards, got the pen. Stuff that I've learned to bring also is I'll bring stuff to rebag fish. It's horrible, especially, you know, driving 4 hours, 6 hours to a swap, even a couple hours. A lot of these fish have been bagged from the day before, so they've been in there 12 hours. If the fish weren't bagged very good, they can lose air, and that's bad on fish bags, because when they start losing the air, the fish lose their oxygen and water. It's also possible that the water pH could swing and cause a lot of ammonia problems. So if I pick up a bag of fish, it's not bagged very good, when I get to the car, I can rebag it. Or if I get a bag and get out to the car or whatever, and I see it's leaking, no problem, I'll rebag the thing. So I bring a couple different sizes of bags. I bring the smaller 6-inch bags, and I've got some larger ones that I think are like 10 or 12 inches. So couple sizes of bags. I bring quite a few of those, because you never know. You don't want to get there and like, I only need one more bag, and I could have saved this bag of shrimp or whatever. Bring bags. I bring a pack of rubber bands. I bring a Sharpie. And the Sharpie's multi-purpose, because if your pen quits working, you can write with a Sharpie and write your phone number down or whatever. And you can label on the bags when you rebag them what they are, or if the bag that you bought wasn't labeled good enough for you, you can rework that. The worst thing is buying stuff, getting home, and like, I have no idea what this fish is, because you forget. So I also bring a gallon of water, and it's already dechlorinated and all that, because when you're rebagging fish, if it sprung a leak and there's no water in the bag, you need to add water. And you know, you're out traveling, finding water, you know, it's already dechlorinated, so you don't have to get tap water and add prime and all that kind of stuff. So you've got that. Sometimes I bring prime with me just in case. Sometimes I'll bring a bucket and a net in case I need to swap, divide fish up or something like that. Not always. Let's see, what else do I bring? I believe that's pretty much it. The shoes, comfortable clothes, cash, business cards with ink pens, a Sharpie, bags like to carry your fish in at the swap, a cooler to put them in, fish bags, rubber bands, water. Something else that you'll have with you more than likely that's good is your smartphone, because you may see a fish and it's labeled one way and you don't recognize the name of the fish. You can Google that and see, oh well, that's this fish, I recognize it by this other common name or this scientific name, or this fish looks cool, let's look it up and see what parameters it needs. Is it something that I can take care of? And I think I've covered it all, and that's pretty much what's on my checklist to bring to fish swaps. If you all think of anything else that I've left out that you take to fish swaps that you found valuable, or you have questions about the stuff that I bring, or suggestions that I should bring something else, let me know. Another good thing that you might want to take is like a water bottle to drink out of, because you may be there all day walking around, it may be hot, talking to a lot of people, and it's nice to keep hydrated because your throat will get dry and sore if you're talking a lot and it's hot and you don't have anything to drink. So that's the last thing I'll add on there. But I may make a video later of what to take to a swap as a vendor or a seller. I've done that quite a bit too. So, and I've learned over time, you know, what to take or what helps me when I go. But yeah, leave in the comments your thoughts on swaps. What do you take? What do you wish you had taken? Suggestions for what else I should add to my arsenal, and or questions about why I take this or that, or how do I deal with this or that. And we'll see you next time.